Alright, so we have learned to classify 4 kinds of reactions. The 4 kinds of reactions we've learned to classify are synthesis, decomposition, combustion, and single displacement. And now we're going to learn to classify double replacement. So in a double replacement reaction, we're going to have two-part compounds. So AB represents the 2 parts of the first compound. CD represents the 2 parts of the second compound. A always joins up with D. The front part of this compound, of the first compound, always joins up with the back part of the second compound. The resulting compound always has A on the front. The front part always stays the front part. C is going to join up with the back part of this, or B. C always remains on the front. It starts on the front and ends on the front. And B always remains on the back. It starts on the back and ends on the back. So that's the general form of a double replacement reaction. So you have to be able to look at the formulas and figure out if this is happening. So let's show you an example here. So here are two-part compounds. Calcium and fluorine is a metal, non-metal combination. You should be able to tell right away that's 2 parts. Metal, non-metal. This one might seem, the H2SO4 might seem a bit more complex. But remember, if you have more than 2 elements, the first thing you want to do is to go to your common ions list and see if you can find a polyatomic ion. The polyatomic ion acts like 1 part. And if I look for something in this formula that looks like something on our common ions list, I'll find sulfate. Sulfate is SO4 negative. So this part kind of stays together. It acts like 1 thing. So we're going to take, and when we move things around, remember A went with D. This is the A part that's going to go with the D part. The front part of this is going to go with the back part of this. The front part of this, the H part, goes with the back part of this. And we're going to need 2 of those to balance it out. Okay? So this is a double replacement reaction because the front part of this goes with the back part of that. The front part of this goes with the back part of that. So calcium and sulfate are together. Hydrogen and fluorine are together. Oops. So this part here joins up with that. This part here joins up with that. And the result is we've got this becoming this. And the front part of this going with the back part of that becomes this over here. Okay? So that's an example of double replacement. Let's do one more example before I give you some more practice work to do. Okay, once again, we've got a polyatomic ion. I kind of gave you the same one, so it wouldn't require you to figure too much out right now. That's a single part. We've got a two-part compound, hydrogen on the front, sulfate on the back. Now over here, I've got three elements. I need to go to the common ions list and see if I can find some part of that formula there on the common ions list. And if I look carefully, I'll find OH. OH is a polyatomic ion. It's called hydroxide. The name is given to you on the common ions list. So we've got two-part compounds. The front part of this needs to go with the back part of this. The front part of this needs to go with the back part of this. So H and OH are going to go together. This subscript didn't automatically transfer, and there's a reason for that. We're not getting into that yet in this class. This is going to go with that part. Notice there was no 2 subscript on this potassium. We had to balance the formula on the other side. That's where that 2 came from. I balanced the formula. This comes out to be liquid. This comes out to be aqueous. And to balance the whole equation, we'll need 2 of those. Now, you may have to be required to balance an equation yourself. You need to know how to do that. But what we have here is AB, CD. A is going to go with D, so H is going to go with OH. Okay. C is going to go with B. K is going to go with SO4. Okay, so that's what a double replacement reaction looks like. So we've now learned to classify all these different kinds of equations. There is a new worksheet for you to practice classifying these 5 kinds of equations. Okay, and then the substitute will tell you what else to do.